In an interesting turn of events, Bank of America sees no crypto winter given user adoption and developer activity growth. This is coming from CoinDesk. Still, crypto market upside will be likely limited for the next 6 months by Fed tightening and macro headwinds. An analysis of cryptocurrency flows between personal and exchange-based wallets shows a lack of directional conviction in the market. Bank of America said in a note entitled Digital Assets in the Flow. Tightening by the U.S. Federal Reserve and macroeconomic headwinds are likely to limit upside for cryptocurrencies over the next 6 months. This won't, however, be a crypto winter, given the level of user adoption and growth in development activity, analysts led by Alkesh Shah wrote in a note Friday. Bitcoin exchange outflows suggest that buying on dips is muted, while exchange inflows for Ether show the potential for continued price headwinds, the bank said. The top 3 stable coins saw exchange inflows slow significantly for the second week in a row, the report said. Last week's exchange inflows reached $517,000, down 99% from the previous week, indicating that investors may be biding their time in the current macroeconomic environment, the bank's analyst said. It would be difficult for the crypto market to break out of the recent trading range until concerns about a potential recession are discounted, according to the bank. So lots of factors here that could basically affect the cryptocurrency market wildly, right? Way up, way down. But what they're saying is that that winter time that we typically see within the Bitcoin super cycle of the 2 years on, right after kind of the halving, and you get that real big pump, and then it comes back down, and it's basically in the winter for a while until Bitcoin halves again, then it pumps back again. They're saying that's not going to happen. Now, obviously on this channel, we've talked about it, and we've talked about what the possibility would be if we did hit that winter. And then of course, we've talked about how it does feel like we've broken out of that to a certain extent. Maybe we do sit here for the next 6 months, right around this $30,000 to $40,000 range for Bitcoin. And we just sit here until essentially we get all of the regulations figured out in the United States, and then it goes from there. In an ideal world, you aren't waiting on a government to regulate for cryptocurrency, of course, and you don't have as much institutional investing as you do have investing from the individual. But keep in mind, from the perspective of Bitcoin, we still have the Trojan horse theory, in which the more institutions buy, if you already invested as an individual user, that drives up the price. It is the only kind of currency or asset class or whatever you want to call it that functions like this. Typically large institutional investors have the backing of banks and the federal government for printing money, and that always decreases the value of the lower class through middle class population of the country. Whereas with Bitcoin, if institutional investors want to participate within it and the people already have access to it, it only drives up the value of the lower to middle class asset. So this is kind of why it functions this way and the thought process behind it. It was created after the 2008 crash. It's meant for these types of use cases. It's really getting interesting now. I feel like it's a very exciting time because we see what cryptocurrency can do for the world. We're starting to see it. We're starting to see the practical use cases for it, and it's doing a lot of good. And it's very exciting in my personal opinion. So I wanted to bring that up. It's also good, of course, that Bank of America is kind of acknowledging it. If Bank of America is acknowledging that, I think that, they may be right. I don't think that we necessarily hit a winter again. There is still the question, though, of what happens after a halving if we don't have that typical winter. Does the price skyrocket again, or does it remain steady because we haven't been in a winter, right? Or the bear market. It's just kind of interesting. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Morning Show every Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific and 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check out more clips here, or if you're interested in checking out the entire live show, you can check that out down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.